So I want to use my bandsaw to cut out a whole bunch of parts, but the only problem is it's kind of a bit rusty, so I need to clean it up. So I'm going to start straight off the bat by just removing the table, and this is going to make it 100 times easier to clean. Now this is going to get very dirty very quickly, so I've got a bit of a tablecloth here. Going to start by spraying the whole thing down with some WD-40. And this is just going to free up the rust so that it'll be easier to scrub off. And then we can start rough with the wire brush, and then we'll just work our way down to the smoother stuff. So we've gotten all the loose dry stuff off. Now we're going to go at it with the wire brush, and this should get most of the rest of the stuff off. Now there's a lot of dust that's settled on her, so we want to wipe her down. Spray her with some more WD-40, and then wipe her down with some paper towel, and this will get rid of all the dust that we weren't able to brush away. And it really is dirty. She might look a bit rough, but she's smooth like butter. But we can do better than this, so I'm going to sand her now with 180 grit. It's just looking crystal clean. I can give her another spray and another wipe down. The key is just consistency. She was looking good before, but now I have her wiped down. You can see there's still a few inaccuracies, and she's still dirty. Before we can go any further, I need to pay attention to this here miter slot. Now on my bandsaw, I don't use it, but I can't just leave it like this. So, get out trusty old WD-40, give her a spray, then take a bit of wood, which is about the size of the miter slot, with a bit of slack, and then pop on a bit of sanding paper, and crack on. Now we can give it another trusty old spray, and a wipe down. Also need to take a look at this insert hole. It's not critical in any way, but yet. Then just a wee brush and go round inside, scrape out all the rust. So for our main final touch, we're once again going to spray her up, some WD-40. And then we're going to use some fine steel wool. Now this is the highest grade sort of stuff I have, so let's just work away at it. And once again, she's nowhere near as clean as you realise. Now the penultimate step is to take some fine grit sandpaper and just go over all of the edges. Now this is just so you get a nice round edge, because with all the smoothing we've done, you might get a slightly sharp edge. Slightly. Now the best way to finally finish cast iron is to cover it in wax, and that quite literally seals it so that no air can get in to oxidise with the iron. But a thin layer of oil does almost as good a job, and I'm going to do that because I don't have any wax. So we'll just draw a wee bit on and then just coat it around. And then we'll just leave it for about a day, and it'll just soak in itself naturally. With all of that done, I can now pop the table back onto the bandsaw. Oh, it's heavy. Wrong way. Right way. Now a problem that occurs is in moist climates, like mine, if you leave the table just sitting, the wax can only do so much and it will rust within about 2 weeks. So you need to cover it. In this case, I just cut out a piece of carpet, slide it on, and there we go. The table is covered, and if you need to use it, pull it off. Easy peasy.